हेलो एवरीवन, मैं विकास कुमार आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं विद्या गृह चैनल पर। और आज की इस वीडियो में हम लोग देखने वाले हैं सर्कल चैप्टर। सर्कल अभी हाइट एंड डिस्टेंस के बाद द वेरी नेक्स्ट चैप्टर इज योर सर्कल। ओके, सो व्हाट आर द थिंग्स यू आर गोना लर्न फ्रॉम दिस वीडियो। ओके, सो आवर लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव फॉर टुडे क्लास इज what is circle. Okay, the very first thing is like what is circle. Okay, then another thing you will come to know about is terminologies related to circle, like what all the things are there in circle that need to understand. Okay, then the last and the very most important things for your grade 10, because circle and the terminologies you have been studying from the last grade 8 grade 9 onwards. Okay, so the important thing from grade 10 point of view is tangents and their properties, because we are going to deal with these things in the current grade 10 syllabus. So just for recap, let's try to understand what is circle. Okay, so basically when like in the starting of the time when mathematicians were doing the study about the different kinds of shapes and all, in circle they observe a pattern. Okay, they observe a pattern, like if you take any points, like take a pin and take a thread. Okay, so if you put your pin over here, let's say this as your pin, so name it as P. Okay, quite easy. Now if you try to make a thread of 5 centimeter, let's say. Okay, so you will get a point over here. Okay, use the same pin and same thread and make another point, you will get somewhere around here. Do same thing around this fixed point, which is your pin or nail, whatever it is. Now if you connect this all, okay, I know the picture is not that perfect. If you connect this all in real life, you will be able to get a diagram, a shape that's known as circle. Okay, so if you talk about the basic definition of circle, it's a like location of all the points. Okay, location of or like locus of all the points which are having same distance from a fixed point. Okay, so if you want to write the definition you can write, but I don't think it's much important. Like locus of all points which are at fixed distance from a fixed point. This fixed point is mostly known as what? Center. Okay, so fixed point called center. Okay, so I hope the basic definition of the circle is clear. Like it's a अगर मैं सिंपल में बताऊं तो एक फिक्स पॉइंट से एक पॉइंट जब तुम फिक्स कर देते हो और एक थ्रेड से जब तुम एक्सटेंड करोगे उस थ्रेड को और उसको चारों तरफ, उस पॉइंट को चारों तरफ जब तुम रोटेट करोगे तो वो सर्कल बन जाएगा. ठीक है, तो आई थिंक रफली ये सर्कल का जो डेफिनेशन है वो क्लियर है. प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन तुम्हारा यही है. ठीक है, अब हम लोग चलते हैं टर्मिनोलॉजी की तरफ. ठीक है, लाइक क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं सर्कल के अंदर. ठीक है, तो if we talk about the terminologies, here we have some of the points like center. As I have told in the last slide, center is like fixed point. The point where you are fixing the things is known as the center. Okay, so it's like first thing is center. Okay, so it's a point from where the distance are same, or like the fixed point from where the distances are same, so that's called center. Another thing is radius, from the fixed point center to the circumference. Okay, from this point to this circumference, this is known as radius. Okay, so I hope radius is also clear. Now we have chord. What is chord? So chord is any line. If we take any circle, let's say I'm taking a circle. Okay, and if we take any line, okay, let's try to draw any line like this line. So this line from this point to this point, a line passing through the circle and intersecting at two distinct points is known as chord, is known as a chord. But here you need to understand one thing, chord should not have these external parts, okay. It should be just the line that will be touching the circumferences, okay. So this is your chord, this is only have been shown here, okay. Now the another thing is arc, okay. So if we draw any two line from center to the circumference, okay, the radius, if we draw two radius, then it will form some part of the circle, right. So this part, okay, is your part of circle, but the part getting formed on the circumference, this part is known as arc. This is the same thing have been shown here, right. So this is your arc. Now we have secant line, okay. So we have understood the center, we have understood the radius, we have understood the chord, okay. There is also one thing, diameter. So I said for the definition of chord, chord is a line passing through any 2 points on the circumference of the circle, right. But what is diameter then? So diameter is also a kind of chord, longest chord, which is passing through center of the circle, okay. So if a chord is passing through the center of the circle, we have given a special name, that's called diameter, okay. So I hope it's clear. Now another thing is coming here, okay. So after diameter we have come to know about the arc. Now we are going to learn about secant line. So what is secant line? So secant line is nothing but when you have a circle, okay, and when there is a line that crossing anywhere, okay, like chord is what? Chord is having at two end points and the end points are on the circumference only. chord में जो end points होता है वो circumference पर ही होता है, लेकिन secant के साथ वैसा नहीं है. Secant it can go till infinity, this side also it can go till infinity, okay, but it will be intersecting on 2 points of the circumference. So I hope secant is also clear. Now the last thing which is very important for our grade 10 is tangent. Tangent is the word you might be hearing the first time, okay. So nothing to be worry about, it's very easy. So it's similar as secant. The reason for knowing the secant line before tangent is if you won't understand secant, you won't be able to understand tangents, okay. So our tangent is also like secant only, but the only difference is secant is intersecting at 2 points, tangents will be meeting at only 1 points, okay. So if there is a point like this and if there is a tangent, it will be just touching this line and it will pass through, okay. It's a straight line, though it might have seen as curve, okay. Let me draw it again. So if there is a point, the tangents will be like this, it will be just touching at only 1 point, okay. That's the definition of tangents. If you want to have a proper definition, tangents are the line which is meeting the circle at 1 point, okay. So I hope terminologies are clear to you. These terminologies were already in your earlier grade. Only we have learned is secant line and tangent line, okay. We will be discussing tangents line again and again, so you don't need to worry about the tangents line much. So here as a summary, this is chord, okay, which is having 2 endpoints and both the endpoints are on the circumference, okay. This is our center of the circle, it's like the midpoint of the circle you can consider, okay, and this is our radius. If you extend this radius this will become diameter. Okay, and oh, it's already been shown, here. This is diameter, and this total line, this total measurement is known as circumference. And you know the correlation, right? Circumference. Since we are discussing the recap earlier part also, I'm just writing the definition for circumference. It's nothing but 2 pi r, right? So circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. This is a basic formula you have learned in grade 9. Now tangents and their property. This is our required part in our grade 10. So what is tangents? So tangents is a line that is touching the circle at only one point. So you can write the definition as, it's a line touching this circle, or circumference of circle also, touching the circle at only one point. Okay, I hope it's clear. So if you see in this figure, this line is known as tangent. Okay, so I will just draw it. If your point is here, the tangents will be coming like this. If a point is here, tangents will be coming like this. If the point is here, tangents will be coming like this. From any okay, yeah, like this. So it's not like only one tangent can be drawn at one circle. There can be many tangents, but at one point of the circle, okay, there will be one only. Okay, fine. Now another thing is, there are two properties of the tangents. Okay, so let's try to discuss them. What are the two properties? Properties of tangents. One is, in circle, if this is your center, this is our radius. If we draw a tangents over here, okay, if we draw tangents over here, this is our tangent, then the first property is, this tangents, let's name it as AB, and this is our point C, center, and let's name it as point P. So this AB line will be perpendicular to the radius, okay, at that point only. So it means this angle will be 90 degree. So in short, if you want to write, AB will be perpendicular to this PC. Okay, so this is one property. Another property is, if we take one point, any one point, like A point, how many tangents can be drawn? Think, how many tangents you can draw from this point? Try to do it on yourself, like take some time and try to draw other tangents as well. Okay, so I am saying you can draw only one more tangents. If you try to draw another lines, it will intersect at two different points, and this is not going to be tangents, right? Even if you try to go beyond that, it will cross it, it will not touch the circle at any points. So from this point, there is only one way that it will draw one more tangents. It means from a fixed external points, there are only two tangents that can be drawn to the circle. Is this clear? What I am trying to say is, from any external point, किसी भी external point से सिर्फ और सिर्फ दो tangents ही draw किए जा सकते हैं, ठीक है? और ये दोनों tangents का जो length होता है वो आपस में equal होता है, ठीक है? So this is the second point and last point. So if you wanna name it, we can name it as point Q. So AP will be equals to AQ This is the second property. And if you want to write from a fixed external point only two tangents can be drawn. So this is our second properties of the tangents. Now we are having the exercise 10.1. I will suggest you guys to do it on your own. I will just give you hints like how many tangents can a circle have. कितने tangents हो सकते हैं? Think. Is it visible? Yeah, it's visible. So circle can have infinite tangents. It's not like one or two. From a fixed points, it can have only two tangents. But it's just asking how many tangents can a circle have. कितने tangents हो सकते हैं? बहुत सारे tangents हो सकते हैं, right? तुम देखो, यहाँ पर तुम बनाते हो, एक tangents यहाँ हो सकता है, एक tangents यहाँ हो सकता है, एक tangent just इस दोनों के बीच में हो सकता है, ठीक है? बहुत सारे tangents हो सकते हैं. तो answer for this will be infinitely many. Now let's try to do the second part. A tangents to a circle intersect it in dash points. ठीक है, बोल रहा है a tangents to a circle, एक tangent एक circle पर कितने points पे intersect करेगा, कितने point पे intersect करेगा. बेसिक डेफिनेशन tangents का कितने point पे करता है? Only one point. तो इसका होगा तुमको 1, ठीक है. इसका तुमको हो गया इनफाइनाइट. उसके बाद क्या है? अ लाइन इंटरसेक्टिंग अ सर्कल इन 2 पॉइंट्स इज कॉल्ड. अगर 2 पॉइंट्स पर लाइन इंटरसेक्ट कर रहा है तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? क्या बोलते हैं? कौन सा लाइन? सेकेंड लाइन, ठीक है. तीसरा है, अच्छा इसका आंसर यही होगा तुमको. अ सर्कल कैन हैव डैश पैरेलल टेंजेंट्स एट द मोस्ट. एक सर्कल में कितने मैक्सिमम पैरेलल टेंजेंट्स हो सकते हैं? तो अगर हम मानते हैं यहाँ पर नीचे एक पॉइंट है, एक टेंजेंट्स हम यहाँ ड्रॉ करते हैं, ठीक है. इसके पैरेलल कितने सर्कल टेंजेंट्स हो सकते हैं? दूसरा यहाँ पर हो सकता है. कोई तीसरा टेंजेंट्स तुम सोचो जो इसके पैरेलल हो. मेरे हिसाब से तो 2 हो रहे हैं. तुम देखो कोई अगर तीसरा तुम फाइंड कर सकते हो तो बताना कमेंट सेक्शन में, ठीक है. और अगर तुम दूसरा कोई पॉइंट ले तो यहाँ देखोगे तो ये इसके पैरेलल नहीं है, ये किसी और के पैरेलल होंगे, ठीक है. तो पैरेलल टेंजेंट्स 2 ही हो सकते हैं, ठीक है. उसके बाद फोर्थ है द कॉमन पॉइंट्स ऑफ ए टेंजेंट्स टू ए सर्कल एंड द सर्कल इज कॉल्ड. जो कॉमन पॉइंट होते हैं एक टेंजेंट्स का सर्कल का, उसको क्या कहा जाता है? बताओ, सोचो सोचो क्या हो सकता है. देखो कॉमन पॉइंट, कॉमन पॉइंट ऑफ अ टेंजेंट्स टू अ सर्कल. ये सर्कल है, इसका कॉमन पॉइंट ये है, ठीक है, और ये टेंजेंट्स है. एंड द सर्कल मतलब कोई दूसरा सर्कल या सेम सर्कल? कोई दूसरा सर्कल या सेम सर्कल? चलो ये क्वेश्चन मैं तुमको सोचने के लिए छोड़ता हूँ. और इसके अलावा भी 2 क्वेश्चन है जो कि बहुत इजी है. इसको सोच करके और इस तीनों का आंसर कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओ या फिर ग्रुप में डिस्कस करते हैं, ठीक है. तो अभी के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में. तब तक के लिए कीप लर्निंग, कीप एक्सप्लोरिंग. थैंक यू.